falar com a Maia. Tá liberado? A Maia tá on já? Ela tá... Hello, Maya, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yes, there we go.
Hello.
Maya, thank you very much for being here with us. Thanks for waiting until now. It's very important to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me on. It was, I guess I didn't get too much out of the conversation, but you know.
You got a little bit of Portuguese already. But first, before you start, just explain you, at the beginning, we talk here why we should have someone to translate in this. And then, well, I could have someone coming and doing this, but of course we can help. But I remember once you were here in Brazil, in that Jacto school, and Professor Honda came to me and said, no, you should not translate for Maya. Let's have the students see how difficult not having enough English. So today, of course, your presentation is very welcome for our students to learn a little bit more about our exchange programs. But for us, it's a pleasure to have you here. And we can stop a little bit. I can just help with the translation. But the idea is that the student can see how difficult not having enough English, so they can be well or better prepared for you when they arrive there in Minnesota.
Yeah. Knowing the basics of the English language is very, very important. It's just the component that lets you communicate, lets you learn, lets you understand, and lets you move forward.
Good. So, well, the idea here, as I told you and asked you, is we are doing this program we call CAEP Start, just to promote our exchange programs with the universities. By this time, this time of the year, every year we do talk with the universities, we show about our exchange programs, but Brazil is very big and we have so many universities, and we decided to have some online presentation, not too much to talk about how we participate on the program, because they can go online, find out. Once they register, they receive all the information about the application and everything that they need to be on our program. But the idea here is, of course, bring them what we offer, but also stimulate or tell them that this is possible. And we have so many good students all over where we go in Brazil, and very good farmers background. And these guys, they have sometimes they think, oh no, doing these kind of exchange programs is not easy, you know, and it's not possible for me, for myself. But our job is telling them, yes, you can do this, you know, it's possible. And so welcome, Maya. I would like you to bring your thinking, your thoughts about this, and talk about a little bit about you. You have just a couple years, I think, of experience on these exchange programs, right?
Thank you, Flavio. Thank you. Hey, I'm going to run. I picked out some pictures, and in the background, being I'm not very good at electronics, I'm going to run a PowerPoint with just a few pictures that actually participants sent to us, you know, and have a few bullet points there.
You want to put in the back, or you can share your screen if you want.
I'm going to just put it in the background because, you know,
Mhm.
It just tells a little bit about the program that we have. 1 second here.
Mhm.
Well,
Um,
let me just quick share my screen. 1 second here.
Okay, I will say a little bit in Portuguese as a translating. Pessoal, então eu estou aqui agora conversando com a Maia, nossa diretora lá dos Estados Unidos, dando as boas-vindas e conversando um pouquinho sobre o intercâmbio. Ela vai apresentar aqui algumas informações de lá e tudo, né? E comentei sobre a importância de a gente não fazer a tradução simultânea dessa apresentação dela, é uma apresentação muito rápida, mas no sentido de incentivá-los a aprender o inglês. E ela, inclusive, comentou que a necessidade de que os jovens tenham um inglês nível básico para que tenham uma comunicação razoável para participar dos programas, e isso é muito importante, né? Então, ela está apresentando, vai começar uma apresentação lá e eu vou traduzir algumas partes aqui. Yeah, go ahead, Maya.
Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but let me just run it differently. Well, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself here real quick so you can understand what we're doing here. As Flavia mentioned, I have been on the program or with the program for about 27 years right now. And started out as an exchange visitor myself many, many moons ago, and was at a beef and cropping operation. So this gives me a little bit of an insight on you know, the program and how the program is run. I don't seem to be getting that up for the PowerPoint projector.
If you wanted to share your screen, then you can find the presentation. You just put on there if you want.
Yeah, I share. And then let me just get, for some reason, you know, I've got a Mac, and so that just causes issues. I hope it's working, but
or maybe it's because you're sharing in that back screen.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Maybe I should just disconnect this.
Yes, if you connect there, then maybe you share your screen here on your computer, then might work.
Then it might work. Huh. I don't know. It just seems not to work.
That's okay. Never mind.
Never mind.
Just to go through the slides so we can talk here and show to the students about the program and what you have, your message actually.
So our program has various programs. We have a horticulture program. Mm-hmm. We have a farming program, farming and ranching program. We have a winery program. We have an equine program, and we also do some turf management. Mm-hmm. And it's for a variety of applicants that are coming to us. I myself work primarily on the side. I manage to, but I work primarily with placing field crop applicants, people that are interested, agronomists primarily, that are interested in running large machinery. And so that seems to be, I would say, a good program for Brazilian applicants. Mark in our office, he manages the horticulture program. We have a variety of placements there. We have potted plants, we have landscaping, we have vegetable operations, we have greenhouses. We have just quite a variety there. The equine program goes from clinics to Western Equine.
Let me translate a little bit here. Just a second, Maia.
Okay, do that.
A Maia está falando que ela trabalha, então, eu brinquei com ela que ela trabalha, acho que uns 2 anos, parece, na CAEP, mas são 27 anos, tá? A Maia, ela é suíça, naturalizada americana já, e ela hoje é diretora da CAEP nos Estados Unidos, e a gente treina, e ela tem lá, coordena, né, junto com os coordenadores, o programa de horticultura, a parte de agricultura, que entra as fazendas de maquinário, né, as ranchings, que são as grandes propriedades de pecuária, as vinícolas na Califórnia, né, os winery program, os programas de equinos, tá, que entra as clínicas também, e o programa de golfe, né, de turf management. E tem daí o Mark no escritório, que cuida da parte, daí cada área tem os seus coordenadores, né, que cuida, por exemplo, o Mark no escritório trabalha com a parte de plantas de vaso, vegetais, toda a parte de horticultura, e ela também cuida da parte da agricultura, com as grandes fazendas do centro-norte dos Estados Unidos. Yep.
Good. Then, of course, we have the winery program that is running right now. Exchange visitors are arriving as we speak, and those programs are primarily seller placements, but then there is some of the smaller placements too, or I should say less applicants apply for those programs, and that would be viticulture, and then also in the lab of the wineries to work on that. Yeah. And then I suppose last but not least, the field crop program, which is large farming operations. If applicants are interested in running 400 horsepower tractors, big tractors, and work at a large cropping operation, we certainly have those opportunities.
Mm-hmm. How did you how did the program was affected from the pandemic time? And fortunately, we had like only 1 year that we were not able to send our trainees. But what do you say about the pandemic time and now? And
well, it seems that the curiosity of people and wanting to travel is certainly there. And I think a lot of people have had to sit home for 2 years for us, couldn't come to the US for 2 years. And so it seems to be that the curiosity and the interest is there. So we're very happy to see that. The 2 years, 2020 and 2021 were terrible for us. I believe in 2020, we had something like 150 exchange visitors on our program, because right about the time where our Brazilian participants would have arrived, travel ban came into place. And that had a just quite an effect on us. The same, of course, for 2021 for a while yet. And then it finally went away. So we're very, very happy that we are able to offer those programs. We had some participants on the program that weren't from travel ban countries, but for them, it wasn't a whole lot of fun either, because you couldn't really go out and do things, and everything was closed. So yeah, we were recovering from the COVID tragedy here as far as a program. Consulates are finally getting into sync with us again. Luckily in Brazil, it wasn't too bad. But there's certainly several countries. You have to understand, we work in a normal year with probably about 70 to 80 different countries. So we work with many different consulates, and some of them still have a delay of over a year, just because the staff isn't there.
Yeah, let me translate this. Bom, a Maia está dizendo que ela terminou de falar lá sobre os programas e tal. Por exemplo, nosso programa que é muito forte na Califórnia, que é o de vitivinicultura, e a gente está agora com o programa funcionando normalmente. A gente teve, daí eu perguntei como é que foi a questão da pandemia e como que isso afetou o programa e tal. Ela comentou que realmente 2020 foi bastante difícil, teve uma queda muito grande. Foi interessante que, ao mesmo tempo, ela até brincou, apareceram aí o pessoal que precisava trabalhar, né? O nosso programa ele é diretamente ligado a essa questão do trabalho, né, das fazendas e tal, porque o estágio ele é prático remunerado. Então, e 2021 já voltou ao normal, ainda afetado um pouquinho, mas, por exemplo, o Brasil conseguiu embarcar todos os jovens, né, que isso foi um sucesso aqui para nós. A gente trabalha, a CAEP lá nos Estados Unidos trabalha com aproximadamente 80 países. Então, você imagina se lidar com consulados de tantos países. E com o Brasil tivemos muita sorte, deu tudo certo. I'm talking about as many countries you receive the students, the trainees, and it's hard to work with all these many consulates. And doing the visas is always the same one, but people are different on all different U.S. embassy or U.S. consulates all over the world, right?
It's very different. It's very different. So, not only is there CAEP Brazil, but we also have CAEP Argentina, Uruguay, Mexico, Philippines, Paraguay, Vietnam, Colombia, Denmark, France. And we've just opened an office. It's called Central Americas. And so we, have then on top of the offices, we have 23 partners around the globe, and then probably about 75 recruiters that are out there on a daily basis recruiting for the program. So we work on all continents. Good. And it's interesting, the different consulates and how they work. And Maya, what are your expectations for the next years? Of course, right now, this second semester here in Brazil is when we make sure our students, they fill up the applications. So if they wanted to travel next year, they have to be done this year. They have to be planned and have the complete application. So what is your expectations for the openings next year? Well, we're going to add some new hosts again, but what we're really trying to do is make sure that we can offer good programs. And we can offer good programs with the hosts that we already know. We're always making sure that the applicant and the host, as far as what the applicant is requesting, will match. We don't work like a job service, but we actually do read the application. And we watch that little video that usually Brazilians are doing, which is pretty doggone awesome. And our hosts watch them too. And, we make sure that everybody has a good experience on our program and can bring something home and has a good impression of the United States and our agriculture.
ela tá falando, eu perguntei como é que são as expectativas para o próximo ano e como é que estão as coisas com relação às vagas, né? E ela está dizendo que estão abrindo novos hosts, rebuilding, né? Refazendo aí o programa daqueles que foram desconectados aí durante a pandemia, enfim. Esse até, inclusive, é um momento, aqui já eu falando, né? Que a CAEP começa a se reinventar e fazer as coisas melhores, né? Ela está dizendo que esse momento que os alunos, eu comentei, né? Que o momento que os alunos que querem fazer intercâmbio no ano seguinte, esse é o momento, segundo semestre, para preencher a application, né? Documentação e mandar para nós. E ela disse que sim, é o momento que a gente manda e avalia esses alunos, esses applications, olham aí os vídeos de cada um, e os vídeos dos brasileiros são muito bons, e eles encaminham isso para os hosts também, para as famílias, né, para as fazendas, para as empresas, para que eles possam fazer as suas análises e daí com isso a CAEP fazer as colocações. Very nice, Maya.
Flavio, may I add of
Uh-huh.
what makes a good applicant
The,
for the program? You know, what we look for and what we look for when we're making placements. And I want to tell hopefully some young people that are watching this, attitude towards learning and learning new things is the absolute most important. Attitude is everything. Okay. We're also looking at some of the experience because they're going to be operating machinery that are very expensive, whether that is on a cropping operation or in a greenhouse. Okay, so we're looking at the practical experience, but we're also looking what they're going to be doing in the future.
Let me translate this. Ela está dizendo o seguinte: uma das coisas mais importantes nesse intercâmbio nosso, e a gente enfatiza isso muito, mas é importante ouvir deles lá, né? Não é a CAEP Brasil dizendo isso, que é a atitude, um dos pontos principais, mais até do que a experiência prática. E querer aprender, né? Obviamente que a experiência prática é importante, porque você vai lidar com maquinários caros, e isso você tem que ter essa prática para não causar algum problema e tal. Mas a atitude é um dos pontos mais altos que é avaliado aí nos applications. Yep. Attitude is very nice to have. This is something we appreciate here as well. We had other people talking here before, you, Maya, and one was Ademar. Today he was working at Syngenta, and Ademar said about his experience in 1991, in the 90s. So and he brought all the difficulties, but he has attitude to promote good experience. And was very nice to be there, and he was talking about this, how important is the attitude. Some students sometimes they think practical thing is more important, but attitude I think is the number one as well.
Attitude is the absolute most important, that you want to learn, because our hosts are eager to teach. Okay, if you, let's say, don't have so much experience, if you go out there and be curious and ask questions and be happy about the learning experience that you're getting, you will be able to bring so much more home.
Sure, good. Só enfatizando aí a questão da atitude, que realmente faz a diferença. Maya, well, you're talking about something already that is attitude, that make the success for a trainee. But what other things that you appreciate from the applicants that you receive?
I would say that obviously we got to have some practical experience, you know, especially when we're running this large machinery that goes into the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're going to be operating. that we gotta have. You know, what I also would say to an applicant, be curious, create your own program. Go out there, meet people, meet other people in the community, meet people around you. And don't hang out with just Brazilians, okay? You're coming to another country with a different culture, with a different language, and a different way of doing things.
Mhm.
So use that
Yeah.
and learn from it.
Let me translate this. Eu perguntei para ela o que ela pede ou o que ela gosta de ver num jovem que está se aplicando, além de atitude, ter uma experiência. Ela falou, que, obviamente que a atitude é o primeiro ponto, mas que o jovem deve fazer o seu programa, ele deve se conectar com as pessoas, sair lá e conhecer a comunidade local e fazer a diferença, né? Isso faz a diferença. Então, nesse sentido que traz aí o sucesso para o programa, né? Very nice, Maya.
On the other
Yeah.
hand, you also, what I wanted to add, Flavio, is that our farmers are doing their work themselves. Okay. They don't have hired people. Okay. They're doing the work themselves. So sometimes you may have to do a job that is not just sitting on the machinery or operating big stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
So it kind of goes with it. And then I want to add that when we're talking about field crops here, that's not only for the men. We have more and more women that are applying, and they should do so.
Uhum. Ela está comentando que os jovens devem pensar que quando eles vão para um estágio desses da CAEP, não somente vão trabalhar com maquinário, mas existem inúmeros outros jobs, né? Outros trabalhos numa propriedade, que já posso até citar aqui, que é a parte de limpeza, a parte mecânica, a parte de preparo de uma máquina, preparo de solo, enfim, você não vai ficar somente em cima de um trator com gabine, ar-condicionado e tal, trabalhando, né? E que ela está enfatizando também que a parte de grãos, por exemplo, não é só para homens, esse programa também é para as mulheres. Ok, yep.
Good.
Nice.
We have a couple of female applicants on our program from Brazil right now. And I think you are showing actually the picture on your side of Rafaela standing in front of the big John Deere, operating it. And we are very welcome to have young women on our program. I think it's important that we have the female gender in our program also.
Ela está dizendo o quanto que é importante ter jovens aí, meninas trabalhando, né, no nosso programa, nas fazendas e tal, que têm oportunidades, e isso é muito bem-vindo, né? Às vezes as meninas ficam um pouco com receio aí de querer participar da CAEP por conta dessas áreas, mas enfim, o programa lá fora são bem mais opens, né? Mais abertos para todo tipo de trabalho, né? Sem restrição. Às vezes aqui no Brasil a gente tem... Here in Brazil, sometimes we have some restrictions and the girls don't want to get out in the field and do the dirty work. And but most actually sometimes they want, but sometimes they think it's more for the men. But I'm saying here that we say all the time, in America, it's much more wide open, so they can work wherever they want. You know, we have opportunities for everyone, girls and boys, and no matter once they want to do, they are open to do. You know, it's this is great because the girls here, they can learn much more than the boys when they go to a farmer and do the job. You know, do the work.
I've had several female participants in custom harvesting crews. where they've been running combines all day long and maintaining combines and all of that. There is no difference. What we usually do here in the US, we judge the experience of the person and don't look beyond that, whether they're female or male.
Aqui nos Estados Unidos a gente olha e a gente não julga se é homem ou mulher, a gente julga se a pessoa trabalha e faz as coisas certinho e cumpre o seu dever, né? Very good, Maya. Any other point that you would like to bring to this conversation? It's very nice to show, and we're going to do this more often to the universities and to the students so they can have a better start on the exchange programs. Elsie,
maybe I can get my presentation to you by then too.
Yeah, never mind. We can do more, and Elsie is organizing here in your office to have more like this, but then more specific, showing the application, very more strategic on the filling out the application. And this time now was just a whole conversation regarding the international experience and how they could be more motivated to this. And as some students, sometimes they think they are not able to do this, and we go to them and tell, yes, you are able to do this. Not only the agriculture exchange program, but also the educational program, as we also send students to universities or whatever to study English. They can do this, you know, it's something that they can afford and have this great experience on their curriculum. We have several students when they, well, all the CAEP students, when they come back, they go to the better companies that they can find, you know, they go to the interview and people just want them because this is a great experience. So, and this is what we wanted to show more and more to them and to the universities. We have so many universities in Brazil, and this is the time to show them digitally on online presentations like this, that they can do more and motivate their students to come and be our trainees. So it'll be nice.
I have to add, and I don't know if the other speakers that you had on that were on the program touched on this. This program isn't easy. Okay, this is a tough program, being in another country, speaking another language, another culture, completely different culture than Brazilians are used to, and then running different machinery, and all of that combined together for the first 2 months. It's very, very stressful.
A Maia está dizendo uma das coisas que a gente mais bate na tecla aqui na CAEP, que é o quanto o programa é difícil, porque uma coisa é você mandar o application, tal, ser aprovado e ir para lá, mas você vai estar exposto a uma série de dificuldades, né? Que é outra língua, é outra cultura, é o trabalho, e você vai trabalhar bastante, então, e é exatamente isso que a gente aponta como os grandes diferenciais, né? Então, isso nos seus 2 primeiros meses de intercâmbio não é nada fácil, né? Então, yeah, you're right, Maya. We were talking about that before. Yeah, you know what, Maya? I think it's, I was just joking here. The exchange program, sometimes people think, oh, that's nice, I'm going to the United States. But what you bring more to your life and to your experience is the hardest time you have there. Everything that is difficult, that is where you learn more from.
And the entire stay is going to go like this. It's going to be an up and down, an up and down. You have some good days, and then you goof up or something goes wrong, and then you have a bad day. But I'm telling you, when you complete this program, you come home as a so much more mature person because you've overcome the difficulties. And when you overcome the difficulties, you're very much prepared for life at home and in the future for a future profession. I'm telling everyone, there will be no more walls that will hinder you. You will climb them from at the end of this program.
And we tell the students the right things that they will see when they arrive there. So this is important. So this is not just a vacation. And well, Maya, I thank you very much for this. And if you would like to say something else, please now. And we will finalize now. And I appreciate your time to be here. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity, and we're looking forward to 2023. 2022 has been going well. The participants seem to be enjoying their farming out there. We've done some site visits already, and the guys out in the cropping operations that I visited are pretty much all having a good time going into harvest.
Good, good, good. That's good. Well, thank you again, and we for sure will send you good applicants as we're gonna have many.
Always do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
See
you.
you then.
Thank you. See you
Yeah.
later.
Bye bye.
Bye.